Meanwhile, the world powers are locked in talks in a bid to try and revive the 2015 Iranian nuclear deal that was violated by the Americans first. The talks started off in what was a bit of a positive note, but there was a lot of friction. And what is interesting is that the US and Israel's cooperation against Iran is not sitting well with Russia. The country's foreign minister has said that the recovery talks are not easy, but that is not a reason to give up. No participant in Vienna is interested in seeing the deal fall apart. Now, Iran's top negotiator Ali Bagheri Khani has said that Tehran is going to stand very firm on its position, a position that at this point of time is not supported by the West. Iran wants the Americans to lift the crippling financial sanctions, but the Americans are not willing to do so. Now, the Americans are accusing the Iranians of making new demands and also backtracking on their past commitments. Now, everyone at the table, the United States and Israel, have threatened Iran with further economic and military consequences. Remember, Israel at this point of time is, of course, not negotiating with Iran. It does not want these negotiations to proceed. Now, the Iranian nuclear deal, that is also known as the joint JCPOA, Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, came into effect in 2015, when the West feared that Iran could potentially develop nuclear weapons. The Pentagon has said that if Iran possesses nuclear weapons, then it could potentially destabilize the entire region. But then again, this is what the Americans did. In 2018, at the time when the deal was progressing pretty smoothly, the former American president, Donald Trump, described the Iranian nuclear deal as the worst negotiated deal in American history. He decided to unilaterally walk out of the deal, after which Iran also started to violate the terms of this nuclear agreement, leading to sanctions, further sanctions by the West. Now, Tehran wants all sanctions to be lifted because it is pretty crippling in the country's already decimated economy. With the revival of the talks, Iran and the world leaders are hopeful that a middle ground can be adopted. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.